Hanging Gardens is gone. Actually, some of these wonders are a little later than I thought. But we're also starting to see some AI yields picking up now. Brazil with 41 science is a little unfortunate, considering the fact that I don't think they've actually got a single campus. This is all science just generated from population and being AI. By the way, the Mayans, these were the civilization that I came second on the poll. So it was between the Mayans and Gran Colombia. Thank goodness we went Gran Colombia, eh? I mean, look at this start. I've played this start before. It's horrid. Temple of Artemis is gone. And my third galley. I'm going to hold the normal edge. Keeping a golden age around Mapuche is always really dangerous. Plantation. Oh, 5 per turn to 7 per turn on gold, and now to 9 per turn. It's tragic how much I need the gold at the moment, but I really do. Iquil. Of course, I forgot Mayan started next to that. Very good, very strong start for them. What are we going to do with this scout? I think finding stuff like Bermuda, yeah, that would be really good. Settling near Bermuda, by the way, is a really good idea. Actually, that's not a bad place to send a settler. Oh, glorious Petra. Guess what you're going to be doing in a second? That would give me so much science potential. And it would annoy the Mayans as well, who are likely to go and try and settle it. More farms. More glorious Petra. Welcome to the United States of America. Hello, hello, hello. How you doing? How's it going? America is going to be a genuine powerhouse on this map, by the way. The amount of space America has is huge. Buy some open borders from you. Actually, I can start selling open borders to people that aren't a strategic threat to me. Brazil is a strategic threat to me and no one's buying it. All right, fine. Let me buy some mercury and all of my cities are now happy. Clente now has a 10 gold per turn trade route to Washington. That's good. You see, look, Panama. Having Panama, this is what I mean. This is where it's really effective. City flips as well. The city flipped. It's got 45 strength. Damn. Oh, that's so annoying. My galleys can't touch it. Oh, it was a bit of a gamble, but alas. All right, I'm going to move my galleys away. Do I want to man-at-arms rush? You see, the problem with Brazil is they've got more science than me, which means they're going to have man-at-arms by the time I attack. I would put a lot of economy into it, and I think I would regret it. Not when they're huge. I mean, look at this. I've got 2 natural wonders available to me right now with tons of science on. I think investing in economy is going to pay off way more. Way more. I'm going to focus on that. We're going to focus on getting trade up. Let's go Celestial Navigation. Yeah, I'm going to regret, I think, going to war this early. Let's use tech later. Let's settle out. Let's manipulate the map as much as we can. Brazil also really likes me now. I could make an alliance with Brazil and then use Wisselbanken, grow my cities up, and then betray them culturally later. Or I could try and be friends with Mapuche. I don't know. We'll see. Look, the people, galleys are trying to attack Porto Alegre. If the man-at-arms moves off, then maybe the city will get really weak. Maybe it's possible then. Difficult to say though. I don't think we're going to get an opportunity in here. Recorded history. Boosted because it's pronounced Jeff now has another campus. Go for another builder. So many builders being built. Celestial navigation time. More pop. More pop. Pop me up, I say. Yes. Okay, I can't explore up this coast because the Mayans are being annoying, but I can continue to explore up here. I've got a pretty decent navy. I think I'm happy with what I've got now. More builders. I think just builders everywhere is always the good choice. That's what we've been saying about Civ 7, isn't it? Like, we just wanted to avoid the case where it's like, what do I do with my turns? Oh yeah, that's right. Builders, because it's always builders. It's Canada. Honored to meet you. And Crete. Honored to meet you too. Yeah, it's a good meeting. Let's just try friendship with Crete. It worked. What about friendship with Canada? Not yet. But that's really good because that is visibility of the map super quickly. Right, I'm going to now move up towards Greenland and Iceland and see if I can move my scout into Europe. Very unlikely. I can't remember if this map links up in that way. I don't think it does, but it's worth just having a peek. 10 gold for some ivory. How bad is the ivory? That's what I want to know. Why are we trying to flog it at that little a price? Political philosophy. I'm not going to war right now, so I'm going to go for Classical Republic, namely because the bonuses it gives are really good. These are both terrible cards, but we'll go Charismatic Leader because we haven't found any city-states at the moment. Settler production, builder production, and conscription. Conscription's really important because I have so many galleys and archers out. Now I can afford to keep them. Look at all these islands. Yes, it's all easily obtainable. We have to get to them as quick as possible. Oh, I'm in. Let's just do a little bit of damage. There's a small chance we can rock this through if Mapuche do some damage and leave it on no health. That's actually going to leave my general here and hope that their unit comes out. Yeah, they did a bit of damage. I think it's going to heal, unfortunately, to the point we won't be able to liberate it. As I said, I keep keeping the loyalty on that city would be nigh on impossible. Not with Mapuche in a golden age. Oh, the gamble worked. The gamble worked. I just think, unfortunately, it was a turn too soon. Unless I flip these round and, I mean, 15. No, not even a really good damage roll. Oh, that's a shame. Never mind. It was like 2/3 of a really good idea. Never mind. There are areas of this as well that can be settled. This is really good. I found Europe. There are barbs guarding it, unfortunately. That's really clever. Stops me from getting in too soon. Now, will Mapuche choose to liberate this city and get the Diplo favor? It's the clever move in one way, but equally then I guess they get to keep all of the iron. So yeah, there's no chance they'll do that. They might as well keep the city. They might raise it, you know? If they raise it, that would be quite interesting. Or they're just gonna sit there and not do anything. Their turn has been and gone. They didn't attack. Why would you not attack? I don't get that at all. Like, at all. But okay, if you're gonna let me take it, how bad is the loyalty? The loyalty's pretty bad. Well, in that case, we reset it and give myself 100 Diplo favor. Don't complain. Just don't complain. Don't do it. Gonna sell some iron as well, just because I noticed that I was capped out. And Diplo favor, I'm losing so much of it per turn right now. Okay, look at that. That just gave me a ton. Sometimes civ, it works in mysterious ways, and you just have to go with the flow, you know? That is really weird. Oh man, well, okay. What's going on over here? I think I want to settle that. It's getting rid of the marsh, which is really annoying, but it gives me full access to the Bermuda Triangle, which is a funny old statement, really, isn't it? Can I just sell a little bit more iron quickly to Brazil? That seems dangerous. I'll sell to Coupe. That's way more safe. A bit more. Maybe some open borders? Look, I just need more gold. There you go. Now, Clint, who is population capped, I'm going to get you to make a settler. And this settler is going to go out to there. This one is going to go out to here. So we're going to double settle. By the way, Brazil is just going to lose this city all over again. That's why I liberated it, because I was thinking it's just an eternal trap of loyalty. One of the best things about Gran Colombia, settlers move faster when embarked. Brilliant. Love it. Annoyingly, we can't actually go into Bermuda Triangle. That would be useful if we could, but we cannot. Can get a pasture though. It's pronounced Jaif. You just continue. You continue to grow. Looking at my strategy now, it's fair to say I wouldn't normally be rushing settlers this much. Having 4 cities with 2 more on the map and then I'm making another 2, I would really like to go for harbors and campuses right now, but it's all about the lack of space. There is no space on this map. I feel like if I miss out on settling right now, we will miss out on settling for the entire game. That's why we're rushing it. So bear with me. This is going to be a weird game at turn 100. My yields are probably not going to be very high, but it's all going to be about the number of cities I have. To put it in context, I'm on 4 cities and 15 pop. AI is on 4 and 15, 3 and 11, 2 and 9, 6 and 21. Aztec are doing very well. 4 and 15, 3 and 14, 3 and 12, 5 and 17. Cree and Aztec are by far doing the best on this one at the moment. Keep an eye out. Go, gadget settlers. +1 movement on builders is so handy. It's like having a mini monumentality for the entire game. Lovely, lovely stuff. Brazil wants to be my friend now that I've liberated one of their cities. This is a turning point. I think going aggressive this early on a 40-player game with the AI this difficult is definitely a bad move, especially while I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's still a bunch of places to settle. This land isn't actually super great as well. I would rather have a friend in Brazil so that I'm not looking over my shoulder the whole time. I also now have a buffer against Mapuche should Mapuche decide to attack me when I go into a golden age, which is pretty much inevitable into medieval. Why is it inevitable? Well, I'm brilliant. I'm modest and I'm fantastic. I'm looking at all of these Caribbean islands because I really want to know if Portugal is going to appear. Portugal has a habit of appearing in the Caribbean and just settling everything, as Spain does actually, thinking about it. We don't want them to appear. That would be bad. That looks like it could be Spain on the coast over there, but there's no coastal connection to Europe on this map. I think I'm remembering one of Saf's maps that does. This is the problem. I've played TSL for so many years, I kind of forget which maps are which. Kind of makes sense though that there would be a cartography delay before getting that sort of stuff. That's fine. I don't normally chop rainforest out this early, but when you've got Magnus in a city, you might as well. You get the population, you get the production. It's all good. Chop it out, I say. I bought 1 horse, by the way, from Cree, just to get rid of all of these notifications at the top saying, oh, there's another trade available to you. It's like, I know horses exist. Please, I want to know when luxuries exist. It is so much more useful knowledge. We're up to horseback riding, drama and poetry. I am rushing recorded history history because I want the campus adjacency, but also the governor. It's all delicious. That says -3 now. This one says -3. I'm pretty sure being happy. There you go. Yeah, that just about holds that city out, which is lovely. We have settled the Caribbean. Welcome to the wonderful J. Got some decent +3 campus opportunities here, but we're going to open up with harbors in this area. +4. Rolling into a golden age later, that'll give me more science, but trade routes, now that we are settling on the coast, you can see we actually have some really good trade routes with Washington. If I can make an ally out of America, get some Visselbank and routes up in that direction, that would be very nice. For the same reason, Clint AE is going to go to harbor, although I'm going to pop it there just in case Mausoleum is an option. It's very, very unlikely that Mausoleum will be an option, but I want to keep it there just in case. The settler in glorious Petra is going to go out and settle this island here. Oh, you know what? Is that actually possible? Can I actually land that? It says I can from this direction. I don't know if I believe that. We're going to go and see if we can land that island. Would that be like Barbados? Is that the most southerly one? I don't know. All I know is that there is a splendid +6 campus available there. Now up to apprenticeship. That's also industrial zones, but it gives me +1 production on mines. Because of the volcanoes and because of all the hills, I actually have quite a few mines. So we'll see if I can work those as fast as possible. This will be a scientific paradise, this city. Welcome to Leswit. 10 science, 10 science, 10 science. So that's 3 10 tiles and then another 4 5 tiles. So up to 50 science per turn is available from this city if, the important thing, if we can get the population in to support it. So I think trade routes are going to have to go from Leswit, thinking about it. We're going to need to sponsor this city, flood it with stuff, but there's no bad thing about that. Get the builder in, let's work those dies, get the population up, and then we'll start getting a lot of science per turn, along until the trade route expires. 6 turns. Okay, then we can flip the trade round. We've also got a commercial hub and a harbor available very soon. We're going to, probably run a bunch of internal routes for a bit. Perfect. Okay, Porto Alegre has fallen again. Let's use my Commandant General to try and pull the man-at-arms out of the city. Then we'll liberate it a second time. Let's get this market in, then a library, then a granary, monument, watermill. Just come on. All of the infrastructure's needed now. Let's work some crabs. We already did the crabs. Crabs are done. Well, Brazil are just sat with an archer on this island. Interesting. Are you exploring or are you holding it so that I can't settle it? Because if you're holding it because I can't settle it, that is genius. Like, I would literally, Roman holiday, I would doff my cap to you so wildly. That would be so funny. I don't think that's what's going to happen. I think probably the movement has just got a little bit bugged here. We'll lurk in that area for a while. I can always settle this island, but just, it's the +6 campus. That's what I'm really after here. There's no other settler that gets me that. My scout has actually managed to make it round to Iceland. This is really cool. This means I might be able to find people like Norway, although that's an ocean tile. I think the game might have deliberately held me off here, but if we can find Norway, England, Scotland, that's a bunch more people to trade with, which would be very handy indeed. Okay, into Porto. The man-at-arms seems to have just disappeared randomly. Fine, let's attack. Let's take this. If we can liberate it again, that's another 100 Diplo favor and another bunch of gold, probably from Canada. Or Cree, both are willing to buy Diplo favor for very large amounts of money. Okay, there is actually a settler here. Brazil have left an archer on the island in order to stop me from settling. I love that so much. The only thing I could do is go and settle that, and then that means that they can't settle it. That's kind of the approach of if I can't have it, no one will, which is a bit harsh, but I would rather do that, I think. I would rather make sure that they can't grab it. Ooh, this horseman actually might end up taking this city, so I'm gonna just leave it. It's all about making Mapuche miss the pickup. If we can make them miss the pickup, that would be awesome. They might run in here. I think Mapuche have got my number. They know exactly what I was doing. No, it ran off. Ignore that. It didn't have a clue what I was doing. So they are going to jump on that island next turn. I have no choice. We're going to have to go and settle here. I mean, it is pointless. This is the thing. Maybe Brazil loses that to loyalty, but I don't think they will. Salvador is nearer the glorious Petra, but I want Brazil to be pegged in. This guarantees the Caribbean for me. Yeah, let's just take it. What this will do will force Brazil to go and settle to the north, and there's no way they'll hold these cities. It's evil. It's diabolical, and I'm very pleased that I did it. Here you go. Welcome. It says Panama. It's not Panama. This is Kappa Yobi the Salty. Salty, because not only are we in the sea, but, oh, sorry, Brazil. Oh, you know what? We're going to make it even worse. We're going to make it even worse. Thank you very much. Ha ha ha. Now they can't get through. Do I feel bad about this? Absolutely not. The Dutch with 129 science and 103 culture in 8 cities. Wow, I don't think I've ever seen the Dutch thrive to this extent on a map. Sure, I'll take your open borders. That's mad. Do you want to be my friend? No. What are you doing up here? What happened to the UK? Wilhelmina has 4 capitals. We might be seeing some sort of Dutch renaissance in this game. Oh no. We all feared it might be possible. We all feared that one day the Dutch might get out of hand. Feels like it has happened finally. There's 100 favor again. The second liberation of Porto Alegre. Man, this is turning into such a fruitful endeavor. Anyone want any Diplo favor? America does. Oh yeah. Mathematics boosted, but recorded history is now coming in. So we've got natural philosophy. That helps a huge amount. 36 science per turn now. We also have this trader, which is now ready to move to Leswood. I'm going to just buy in a lighthouse into Glorious Petra, and we'll get a second trader into Leswood. But for now, 36 science per turn. I think we might lock in, let's say, one of these towers. Now we're up to 46. There's going to be a trade-off. The more of Bermuda Triangle we work, the less productive Leswood is going to be. But there's so much science here. We kind of have to run with it. I'm wondering actually whether or not Leswood should have Pingala, which sounds ridiculous, but 15% science on 50 is a lot more than Glorious Petra is going to get from population, probably. Yeah, I'm actually going for this. This is really weird, but I think that's the play. There's apprenticeship, +1 production on all of the mines in my empire. Trader, it's can I get... Oh, Leswood can actually get all the way to... It's pronounced Jeff. Okay, well, in that case, I should probably get both of these routes down as soon as I can. It's a difficult one to explain empire-wise, isn't it? It's like, Ursa, how come your empire has so much science? And it's like, well, what we do is Leswood stares into the void of the Bermuda Triangle and just sees things, and we're like, cool. Everyone's like, all right, that doesn't seem like a sensible thing. Netherlands have just gone to war with Poland. Wow, this really is the game for the Netherlands to just absolutely go haywire. What is going on? What are you doing? Taking the settlers card out just for a little bit. Let's go urban planning. Tiny bit more production across my empire. Go and settle Galapagos now as I find more and more of Blighty. We'll send that scout into Europe. We'll find a lot of cool stuff. Oh, Brazil has just massively increased its combat strength. That's a shame. Never mind. We should still be able to liberate if we pivot. Now, this is what I'm thinking. I'm going to go construction here just to unlock the lumber mill, but then I'm going to pivot up to cartography, and we're going to make a navy. Keep ourselves defended and safe with the power of boats. Washington almost with Kilwa already. Wow. Kilwa's not so useful on this map because there'll be basically no city-states, but that's still an ridiculous wonder to have on turn 81. So there's my second trade route all the way over to It's Pronounced GIF. Leswood is now growing, but I'm going to just suppress that growth again by purchasing a second tile. There's no food on this one. It's just 10 science, but now we're up to 56. Leswood is now producing almost half of the science of my entire empire. Lovely. Cliffs of Dover and Magnificence France, who is willing to give me some sugar. Oh, France, you shouldn't be so forward, but I will take your sugar. Absolutely. Give me some sugar. I am your neighbor. -17. No, she's not going to like me. I assume France has got a couple of capitals as well. At least one. Good to know. Oh, it's Burgundy, France as well. I like that. Amsterdam is becoming a naval powerhouse. It owns London. It owns Sterling. Yeah, normally it's Amsterdam that falls. Amsterdam's the one with no loyalty. Not this time. Not this time. My 8th city. Somehow we have 8 cities. That's mad. Welcome, Vicious Carrot. Your goal is to have some whales, some crabs, and a whole bunch of Galapagos. I saw the fire there for a second and I thought, oh no, the rainforest is about to burn, but no, not today. Brazil has a huge army. It's on my borders, but I do have friendship with Brazil, so I don't know where that's going. I don't trust where it's going, but we're not going to ask too hard. Let's just assume it's fine. Actually, this route is pretty good. Leswood can get a bit more food and production, but also my empire a bit of gold at the same time. Just a general improvement for this city. Nidaros. Goodness me, the Netherlands owns so much. Hello, Sweden. Honored to meet you. Yep, I'm not surprised you have over 1,000 military strength. I could see that being pretty needed. Do you have any luxuries for me? No luxuries for me. Never mind. Well, here's the Golden Age. I am curious to see what Brazil is doing. A Golden Age for Brazil, and we might... Yeah, unfortunately, there's going to be no fun. Oh, well, Mapuche is in a Dark Age. No one else is. Everyone else is either Golden or Normal. I think I'm going to go Free Inquiry, and my reasoning is this. I have a lot of harbors and commercial hubs, so getting extra science is cool, and getting the tech boost is really awesome as well. I find pen brush and voice boost is really small. Monumentality is good if you've got a bunch of gold and faith. I've already got my settlers out though, though, so this is quite expensive. I mean, Exodus of the Evangelists is useless. Yeah, I'm going to go through Inquiry, just see what that boosts me to. I'm on 67, now up to 70 science per turn. That's really good. And a second General. All land combat units regain all movement and attack capability, double attacking. Nice. Not super useful, but nice. World Congress time. I really need this to work well. Now, Roman Holiday AI does vote strangely indifferently on this sort of stuff. I think public relations we're going to have almost zero clue on, but we do know that out of everybody, Wilhelmina owns the most capitals. So I'm going to vote for her to have more grievances. I don't know if that's going to work. I don't know this religion, that one. Sweden has one, but it's a very small one, and that's it. I don't really know the other religions. However, Eastern Orthodoxy is by far the biggest, so I'm going to vote for that and hope that goes through. Total guesswork. Absolutely total guesswork. Eastern Orthodoxy, but it is voted to condemn, and it looks like the Mayans have been voted. All right, people did vote Wilhelmina, but not enough, clearly. Yeah, we didn't have any Diplo favor at that point. We need to actually start building some up at a useful point in time. Spain, honored to meet you. There's Madrid. Looks like Portugal may still exist for now. I don't know for how long, but they exist for now. Porto Alegre is not going to flip again, unfortunately. That was fun while it lasted. A lot of fun while it lasted. Right, we're going to go and explore again. An emergency went through, but I was not party to it. An aid request. This is why we need to go and explore more of the map. I need to know where all of these aid requests are so I can join in with them. Is that a city-state? It is Brussels. Good to know. I don't have any industrial zones at the moment, but I could get them. More science. Yes. We're up to 83 per turn now. Yeah, this is just an obscene city. And now Lesbeth has a harbour, which is even more science per turn. Lovely. Let's get that lighthouse. Poland. Hello, honored to meet you. We're just having a look at the European powers here. So 9 cities for Wilhelmina, 5 for France, 2 for Sweden, 5 for Spain, 4 for Poland. Netherlands even owns the German capital. That's ridiculous. 4 for Scythia. Scythia want friendship? No. Sometimes that goes through. Not all the time. Buttress. That means cartography is now only 4 turns away and 2 gold from fishing boats. Doesn't seem like a lot, but that's the sort of upgrade that stacks very quickly. Up to 90 science per turn by turn 90 as well. Considering how cramped my start was, I am very surprised we managed to get that. Poland owns Buda. Byzantium has 6 cities. Oh, I always like seeing a strong Byzantium. Always makes me very happy on that. What have I done? I'm not treating the environment well. That's fair. I really am not. I'm really not. Look, the environment is to be exploited, you know? That's the whole point of this stuff. Rip it up. Start again. It's probably fine. Put veterancy in now. I lose a tiny bit of production on my +1, but all of the harbours and lighthouses and things are now going to be built a little quicker. Oh, hello. It's the Falkland Islands. I'm strangely attracted to settling in this area of the world, and I don't know why. Next up, I'm going to rush feudalism, and then we're going to go into alliances, because I feel like the Cree have a bunch of visibility that I would quite like to steal. Getting alliance with them would do that. 1,500 military strength. Wow. Korea not messing around today. They are not messing around. Oh, next turn. Not only am I going to get +4 campus, which will go to +8, but I'm also going to get a nice +3 harbour, which will give me science. So I think on turn 92, if all things go well, we should hit 100 science per turn. Let's see if that pays true. Yeah, 102 science per turn. It worked. I wonder where it is Brazil are looking to get to. They can clearly see something. Maybe they're trying to settle up here. Whatever it is they do, as long as Brazil settle right on top of me, that'd be really good. That was a huge blizzard that came through last turn. I don't see where it went. It's probably up here. As long as it's nowhere near me, I'm happy. I'm just selfish like that, you know? That's what I do. Jay also has the harbour sorted. I tell you what, these cities are just ticking away. Jay, Clint, Kappa Yobby, Rudisha, Vicious Carrot, they're just doing their thing, taking their time, getting there slowly. Cartography, amazing. We can now upgrade my galleys, which I think I will. I'll bring them back. Let's upgrade them and we'll go and explore properly this time. Also now going to go for education to get the universities and then mass production for shipyards. To put this in context, Leswit's probably giving me about 35 science from Bermuda Triangle at the moment. So if I didn't have Bermuda, we'd be on about 70, which is still quite a lot. Been a very scientific start. Lots of reefs, lots of mountains, lots of geothermal fissures. Been able to pull off quite a bit of science per turn, which is lovely. And also we're in the Golden Age as well, which does help. America has gone to war with Cree. Why does that not surprise me? Wilhelmina has coal. That's terrifying. 30 techs for France versus my 21s. We're only 9 behind France at the moment, but why do you have coal? Dear oh dear. I mean, I would like to industrialize as fast as possible as well. I think that's a very clever idea. Just worry worrying. It's worrying all round. I don't like it. I'm going to make an attempt at building Colosseum. I have a place for 5 cities. It's turn 94. I'm surprised it hasn't gone already. Now I've put it down. I've removed a marsh to do it. I expect it to be built next turn. Just so you know. Such is my usual luck on this sort of stuff. That's what I'm expecting to happen. What do I want to do now in the wonderful city of It's pronounced Jeff? Mentioned before, settling is at a premium, but the mines still haven't settled into these areas, which is genuinely worrying and confusing. So I will actually start to get some settlers out now. I don't know why they haven't. I'm not complaining. I'm not going to argue against it. I'm just going to say, sure, you insist upon giving me this land. I will take it. That'll put me on about 12 cities if I can get everything. Oh, my first gold deal from Canada has expired, by the way. That's a shame. I liked that gold. Egypt, I expected to see Macedon down here. No, Egypt owns Sparta. Love it. Again, remember, sometimes you just don't complain, you just accept. You say, okay, sure, giving me some wine. I like that. You know what I'm going to do with this bounty of gold? I'm going to upgrade to a caravel, which increases my defense strength, but also means I can now jump into Bermuda and explore the world with a 6 movement caravel. Oh yeah, okay, that's quite fun. Portugal as well. Portugal has 313 gold per turn. I kind of expected more from you, Portugal, I won't lie. 10 population, glorious Petra. That is glorious indeed, and we've educated ourselves. Well, officially. Whether or not I am actually educated is another question entirely. I think Magnus with provision right now works better because It's pronounced GIF can produce more settlers quickly. Especially if I just change this around a touch. Let's put colonization in briefly. Takes a few turns off that. Can chop that out next turn. I'm gonna settle next to the Mayans. If they're not gonna do it, I'm gonna take that land, settle all up the Panama Belt. Oh, Kilwa was built down here in the end. Sparta grabbed it. Sorry, America. Just weren't quick enough, clearly. Zulu, 4 cities. Hello, honored to meet you. And as I say, meeting more and more people means more and more luxuries around the world, which makes me happier. If I can keep everyone ecstatic, which I've just about done, it's all big yields for me. Zulu. Thank you for the amenities. And Mali. Mali has some diamonds. Fine. Just yes to all. But Mali just took friendship. I've been trying this with random people. It's amazing who will just accept it randomly. Zulu did not. Probably should have checked actually to see whether they were liked by people. They're liked enough. That's fine. Congo. 6 cities. So Mali is the bigger power on this continent at the moment. 617 gold per turn. Congo is pretty impressive as well. Keep an eye out for all other African powers. I think Ethiopia has still got to be there. Maybe Nubia. Although it's always worth having a look at the capitals conquered because you can normally see who's been taking over stuff. Like Theodora's had a game. Wilhelmina's had a game. Even I've got a capital. I love that still. -4 diplomatic favor. It's so annoying. It's a good thing we liberated Porto Alegre a couple of times because that would have given me pretty much 0 diplomatic loyalty the whole game if I hadn't have done. A lighthouse in Leswit means we're probably almost ready to work another tile here. Let's get the monument in and start working these faster. I realized I never sent my caravel full Bermuda Triangle. Right, here we are. We have appeared on the right of Africa. I'm going to head top left to go and find the Middle East, India, and then make my way around. Just have a look, by the way, at how busted fighting Mapuche would be right now. +9 and +10. Even with my Embalon promotion, I'm being smashed galley on galley. It would just be brutal. Oh, fighting Mapuche is such a pain if you're doing well. Very fun civ to play though. I always enjoy playing them. It's just fighting them is the problem. Mass production boosted. On the way to shipyards. Now we're exploring the Mediterranean. I always like to see a strong Egypt on these sort of maps. Something very satisfying about it. A strong Rome as well? No, only 3 cities. Rome is failing. You don't always have a strong Rome. That's fine. So they're being loyalty kicked out of the entire area. Gandhi. Hello, Gandhi. Honored to meet you. And then a bunch of people. Gilgamesh and Kema. Gilgamesh has a bunch of cities. 4 cities, 163 science per turn. Whereas Kema is struggling a little bit more on 1 city. Do you want to be friends? Oh, it always works. I do like to see Byzantium with Dromans. Means they're doing pretty well. Means they're doing Byzantium things. There's Nube and Minatore. 7 cities. Oh, apparently I just insulted her. Never mind. Oh, she owns Cairo. Okay, no Arabia today. Exploration of the world is going fairly successfully though. You know what? Rome actually itself is pretty stable. Unfortunately for it, Ostia, Quelia, both of these are going to be lost. Almost stable. It was almost stable. I was fearing that these volcanoes would eventually go off. 4 tiles, damage to population lost, 5 fertilized tiles. This is right by my capital. Let's see what got incinerated. Yeah, Glorious Petra and Rudisha both lost population. They have fertilized tiles around, but simultaneously obviously removed a bunch of mines. Okay, we're gonna have to rebuild that. Never mind though. We've some worse. We can repair. Oh, Muscat, a city-state, an actual city-state. Yay, some gold on my lighthouses. There aren't many city-states around the world, so finding them is really important. Oh, I can call an aid request. Yes. Okay, I'm gonna spend quite a bit of gold here. I need to get an aid request. It's spending gold in order to make a lot of gold. If we can get the world to give me aid, there's so many people that I've met so far. That would be so much gold per turn coming in, potentially. Just depends on how expensive it is, really. Oh, I can actually buy some pretty cheap. Right, we're gonna buy 130. No, 138. I can get 138. That gives me 30 to buy the proposition, 8 to survive a couple of turns of -4, and then 100 to put 4 votes into it. So yeah, just bind me whilst I buy all this. All right, there we go. Trades made, 153 diplomatic favor. I probably spent maybe about a third of my gold economy getting the diplo favor in order to do this. This is going to be a bit of a gamble. If this doesn't work, I will have wasted a lot of gold on it. But if it does work, there is a potential of getting filthy rich from 30, 40 people joining in on this. Actually, to be fair, not that many. Maybe 15 or 20 if we're lucky. But that gold would change this game around. That would let me try and fight. Remember, the AI has crazy bonuses, 160% science, 250% gold in production. It would very much help me to buy things like universities, shipyards, upgrade my empire to try and hang on. At the moment, we've got 24 techs compared to Nubia's 35, so we're 11 behind the lead. But with universities, with shipyards, we might just be able to try and keep up. I'm not getting involved in joint wars. We're actually staying pretty peaceful this game. I was thinking as well, if we do go conquering, so for instance, if we try and take over Brazil, unify South America, what I'm going to be doing is waiting to go for a low grievance war, such as a good formal war or a golden age war. So this is probably industrial age or onwards, and we're going to be raising cities rather than keeping them, because if we keep cities, we risk 40 people joining on in emergencies. So we're going to have to not take capitals, and we're going to have to raise Salvador, Redcliffe, and maybe just settle around it. So we're going to be grievance heavy, but emergency proof. Hopefully. We'll see how this goes. Also, have you seen Seville? This is a really good trading hub now. Now that we found Seville, this is fantastic. 20 gold on a trade route. Yeah. Oh, got another lighthouse, another lighthouse. This hub is almost finished. This hub is almost finished. So we're going to get a bunch more trade routes, and they're all going to go to Madrid. Let's see if we can get to about 150, 200 gold per turn. We've just found Singapore, who doesn't have a very strong suzerain at all. Interesting. Well, in that case, I think I might seize this temporarily, and colonization is good, but we're going to put a naval infrastructure in for a little more gold, but also with our golden age, more science. Now all of our harbors are giving us science. So Clint AE, for instance, is getting 6 science on top of the 6 gold, which is really good. 1, 2, 3, Singapore. Let's just grab it. Hey, our own city-state. Never thought we'd get to this point, and we've met Korea, 6 cities, Indonesia, 5 cities, and Japan, 7 cities, 228 science. I think Tokugawa is up there with the best of the game, yeah. So science leaders currently are France, Japan, Dutch, Korea, and Nubia. Hello to everyone. 283 science on Korea, wow. Oh, Vietnam as well. Sorry, I missed them. 8 cities on Vietnam. It's actually really good we met all these people before the vote, because they may join in with the aid request. Oh, they grabbed Singapore immediately. That's no fun. It's fine. All it did was explore a ton of the map in this area for me. Now, Auckland, if I found that, would be amazing. I don't think chances are very high of finding someone like Auckland. I mean, we can have a look and see just how many city-states are in this game. 9 are in this game, apparently. So maybe Auckland is there. Unlikely, though. And finally, a very special shout-out goes to Glorious Petra, Matthew Wilkinson, Paul Coffey, Portland, Clint Hennis, The Nickerman, Daddy Bear Todd, Toon General, Civilized, Kappa Yobby Virani, The Uncivil Engineer, Lillian, Scott Stratton, Major King Kong, Skeptical Bear, Cinnamon Beard, Radiatore, Private Selection, Genoa Salami, Callum Billy, Garrett Gowan, El Truant, Creston, RB Hedged, Mushkin Mandletort, Burial, I'm Daft, Gooberman, Dr. Bobby, Mixomatosis, NTG Golfman, Indigenous 68, Technology Poet, Teddy Zersa, Zaf, Barnaby Rex, Charlie Bears, Flying Dutch Burbs, Nate the Great, Alex Frost, Mean Penguin, Interplanet Janet, Frankincense Battlezord, Bookaluke 79, Bob Loblaw, Davalex, Geography Teacher, Juvara, Hal Carnassus, Morax, Sinikush, Echo Bear, Deja Fu, Kovuwu, Legally Trash, Is This Live, Twin Cam Inferno, Martin S, Minnow, Sorted Dutch, Rad Bickley, Shadow of Gaia, Flower Power Bear, Poppy Dude. Thank you everyone for your support. Goodbye!